Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on something we use every single second of every day, but almost never think about: the invisible forces that power our entire world. It's time to find out how all this wireless magic actually works.
I mean, just think about it for a second. Your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth headphones, your car's GPS, your phone's 5G connection, it's all happening right now, all around you, with absolutely no wires. But if you ever really stopped and asked yourself, how? How does a song get from your phone to your earbuds without a cable? That's the huge question we are going to tackle today. All right, so to really get our heads around this, we need to start with the fundamentals. What's actually happening when we send information flying through the air? So the official, kind of clunky term for this is unguided transmission media. Yeah, I know, it's a mouthful, but all it really means is that there aren't any physical wires guiding the signal. Instead, all our data, our pictures, our texts, our shows, gets turned into these invisible electromagnetic waves that just zoom through the air, or even through the emptiness of space.
The best way to think about it is like this. All around us, right now, there is a massive, bustling, invisible highway system. And on this highway, you've got all these different electromagnetic waves acting like cars and trucks, each one carrying a piece of information to its final destination. It's carrying everything from a simple radio broadcast all the way up to complex data from a satellite. So if this is a highway, who are the drivers? Well, let's meet the four main players on this road. We can think of them as the wireless family, and each member has their own special set of skills, their own superpowers, really. First up, we've got the real workhorse of the family: radio waves. These things are everywhere, and trust me, you are using them constantly whether you know it or not. So what's their main superpower? Well, they can travel for really long distances, and this is the key part, they can pass right through obstacles like the walls of your house. They do this because they use a low frequency. Think of it like a deep bass note from a speaker that you can feel through the floor, while a high-pitched sound gets blocked easily. That low frequency makes them absolutely perfect for covering a huge area with a signal. And this is why radio waves are the foundation for so much stuff we depend on. That Wi-Fi signal that somehow reaches the back bedroom in your house, that's radio waves. The signal for your TV or your favorite radio station in the car, yep, radio waves again. They are truly the backbone for any kind of broad, reliable coverage.
All right, next up in the family photo, microwaves. Now these guys operate a little differently. They're built for more specific, high-speed jobs.
So microwaves use a much higher frequency than radio waves. And that's awesome because it means they can carry way more data and they can do it really, really fast. But, and this is a big but, there's a catch. They need a clear line of sight. They can't just punch through buildings. The transmitter and the receiver have to literally be able to see each other with nothing in the way. This whole line of sight thing actually makes them perfect for what we call point-to-point connections. You know those big cell towers you see everywhere? Microwaves are what often link them together, beaming data from one to the next. They're also a game changer for getting high-speed internet out to rural places where trying to lay physical cables would be crazy expensive or just plain impossible. Okay, moving on to our next family member. This is the short-range specialist of the group: infrared. This one is all about up-close and personal communication. Infrared waves are basically the homebodies of the group. They only work over very short distances, and just like microwaves, they can't go through solid objects. I mean, if you walk in front of your TV remote, the signal is blocked, right? But here's the huge plus. It is incredibly cheap and super simple to use. And you absolutely use this technology every single day. The TV remote you have sitting on your coffee table, that's infrared. You point it, you click a button, and a simple little command gets sent directly to your TV. It is perfect for those simple, low-cost, direct line-of-sight jobs. And last, but certainly not least, we have the globetrotter of the wireless family: satellite communication. This is what takes our invisible highway all the way into outer space. The superpower here is pretty obvious. It's all about unmatched, truly global coverage. Satellites can connect to the most remote places you can possibly imagine. Now, the trade-off for beaming a signal all the way up to space and back down again is something called latency, which is just a fancy word for a small delay. You might notice that if you're on a satellite phone call, that little pause. But let's be real, that tiny delay is totally worth it for what we get back. GPS that can tell you where you are anywhere on the planet, satellite TV beamed right into your living room, getting internet on a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean, all of that is possible thanks to the magic of satellites.
Okay, so we live in this amazing wireless world, but is it perfect? Not quite. Like with any technology, when you decide to cut the cord, there are always trade-offs. So let's quickly break down the pros and the cons. So on the plus side, the benefits are obvious, right? You get total mobility to work or play from anywhere. The installation is a breeze. No drilling holes in walls, it's just convenient. But then you have the other side of the coin. Wireless signals can get interference from other devices. They can be less secure if you don't set them up right. And sometimes, even something as simple as a bad rainstorm can affect your signal. When you really boil it all down, the choice is pretty simple. A physical cable will almost always give you better security and a more stable connection. But going wireless gives you a level of mobility and convenience that a cable just can't touch. You could say the whole history of wireless has been this constant tug of war between our desire for freedom and the messy physical realities of the world. So we've met the whole family. We see how each one has its own job, its own strengths, its own weaknesses. So what happens when you put it all together? And where is this invisible highway heading next?
What's so cool about all this is that these technologies aren't really competing with each other. They're a team, and they're all working together. Your Wi-Fi uses radio waves, your TV remote uses infrared, your phone talks to the cell tower with microwaves, and your car finds its way with satellites. It's this incredible, silent teamwork that creates the seamless connected experience we all just take for granted.
And that kind of brings us to the final big question. We've built this amazing invisible highway. But now, with things like 5G coming online and the Internet of Things promising to connect everything from our refrigerators to our cars, this highway is about to get a whole lot busier. So you have to wonder, what new, mind-blowing destinations is it going to take us to next?